Hi everyone, this is Lisa Falcon G with Universal Hidden Insight, and today I wanted to do a little video for the mothers. I wanted to do a little Mother's Day gift and do a card reading for the mothers. And I just wanted to explain a little bit about people who might not understand what oracle cards are. It's not exactly the same as tarot, and it doesn't require that you believe in any specific thing. You can be religious and still gain insight from an oracle card reading. It's no different than looking, at the horoscopes in the newspaper. There's no devilry attached to it. It is a really pure way to kind of. I really believe that however we look for messages and insight, that's how universe, the universe or God, or however you describe it to yourself, that's how it will reach out to us. And I think that can happen through, songs that come through on the radio or, numbers that you might see that are significant to you, like an 1111 or 333 on your clock or in a license plate driving by. And in words, that you might hear in a conversation that comes up. That's just exactly what you needed to hear. So I really strive to, bring some of that insight to people as something that gives my life purpose. And I really wanted to give back to the mothers today. I don't know about you. I truly am so grateful for my mother, and I think that she's one of the kindest, most compassionate, creative, intelligent, brilliant people, and she's always supported me. She's always been somebody that, no matter what kind of kooky way I was going, she would always say, "Yeah, Lisa, you can do it," and she'd really just cheer me on. And I don't know how many people out there have moms like that. I hope everybody does, but I think more often than not, they're like, "Oh, maybe you shouldn't do that. Maybe that's not a good idea." So, thank you, Mom. Thank you, Judith Kimberg, for all your beautiful light and love in this world. You've really been a treasure to me. I feel that you're not just my mom, you're my soul mom, and I'm really grateful for you on this Mother's Day. So, I do want to pull a little card here. I have this Universal Wisdom Oracle deck, which is really beautiful artwork. And actually, as I was shuffling, oh wow, I came up with these two really beautiful cards, right as I was looking. They're both obviously very feminine, very matriarchal kind of motherly figures. One says acceptance, and one says rose quartz. So why don't we go ahead and read those? I think there might be a message just right here without having to shuffle through too much. Always what my intention is when I do these card readings over a video is that whoever's watching, that this is a message for you, that this is something that would speak to you. So let's look at the acceptance one first, because that's really a beautiful word, to accept ourselves, to accept others, to be in a state of acceptance, that this isn't the ideal situation right now, but that perhaps there might be a greater reason for everything that's happening, and that, we are part of creating what we want this to look like going forward. So it says acceptance. Everything happens for a reason, even though those reasons might seem unclear to us. Trust in the universe and accept all in your life as it unfolds. Live fully within each moment and knowing that all is love. Open your heart and accept God's love. And again, I'll just stop right there. Not to offend anybody who is not doesn't personally resonate or identify with that word. It's meant in a very universal sense, and however, whatever that means to you, whatever it is that force of creative intelligence that's moving through all things, that's fusing the universe together, that created everything and put it all into being, and that can range from something very scientific, but then it starts to leak into the spiritual when you look at quantum physics and things like that. So consciousness itself is a miracle. It's an absolute miracle that we're able to look at ourselves and reflect upon what we're doing and be thinking and feeling and emote. So, I think that can be a very open-ended concept. It says, "You are loved more than you will ever consciously know. If you are feeling vulnerable at this time, share your insecurities and concerns with someone you love. Once you accept the current situation, you will find that all in your life transforms and you will feel a greater sense of peace, harmony, and well-being. Acceptance is love, and love is the greatest healer." This acceptance card will also relate to a gift that you will receive in the not too distant future. Hopefully, all the moms out there are getting some nice flowers or something for Mother's Day, even just a nice phone call. Accept this gift when it comes with an open heart. Know it is a gift from the universe. So that's really beautiful. And again, that's the acceptance card right here. You can see how she's just really embracing this. Actually, it kind of looks like a little earth there, an orb of energy or something. She's got it right over her heart chakra, just kind of cherishing it and bringing it into the heart. So this other one that came right up after, it says rose quartz, and this one is very purple, violet, crown chakra colors, very, very feminine. So let's take a look at what this means, and hopefully there will be a good little insight for us here too. These ones are in alphabetical order, so it'll just take a second for me to pull this up. I thank you for your patience. This one says, as you weave the tapestry of your life, allow each stitch to be sewn with love. The rose quartz card has shown up in your reading today to encourage you to reflect upon and examine how you truly feel about yourself and your life. Do you feel loved, successful, and happy? The truth is, you are equal to the greatest being that has ever lived, and that you deserve to feel, be, and have all that your heart desires. Whether you realize it or not, your power is beyond measure. Your angels ask you to embrace the power, beauty, and wisdom within you. Know that you can use these special qualities to create and manifest anything your heart desires. Love yourself as you truly are, and allow your love to radiate out in every direction. And just to stop there for a moment, that is what mothers do. It's love their young and their children first, and it's the ultimate unconditional love. To truly love is to have love and compassion for all living things, but first and foremost, you must have love and compassion for you. And that's again a reflection back to the mothers. You can't pour from an empty cup, you can't give from an empty well. It's really important to carve out a place and a space for you to still be you and still honor yourself and still give yourself what you need. It says true peace, prosperity, and happiness can only be achieved through love. Yet before these things can manifest in the world around you, you must feel them and love them with your heart. So it's a sweet little message. All right, we're going to do one more card from this awesome Spirit Animal Oracle deck, which I absolutely love. I just really think that animals have so much wisdom to share with us. So again, I'm just having the intention as I kind of shuffle that whatever comes out is going to be something that's really needed for whoever's watching, and maybe hopefully a little specific to mothers and the feminine and the matriarchs. There's thousands of generations that it took for us to be here right now, and we're the result of the love of thousands, and our ancestors are with us regardless of what you believe. Their strength is in you, and their love. So I'm feeling drawn to this card right here. Let's take a little look. It's always a surprise what we get. And this one is Hawk Spirit. A really beautiful, beautiful card here. So let's take a look at what this means. These ones come numbered. It's number 32, so if you're somebody who follows numbers, that might be significant to you. Just to touch on a little bit of what I know about hawks. Hawks are the messenger. They have to do with communicating those higher principles, those higher, the knowledge and the wisdom from the universe down. And they have that eagle's eye view. They can kind of see everything from the bigger picture, and that's what mothers do, right? They've been through it. They know, and sometimes you don't want to listen, but they've been there, so it's good to kind of take their advice. So this hawk spirit says, let spirit be your guide. It says, flying high above the landscape, the hawk sees both the big picture and the small details. Observe the rain in the pond as well as the clouds, and doesn't miss anything. The hawk spirit arrives. You are called to pay close attention to messages from spirit that can appear anywhere in any form. Listen to your intuition and keep your eyes open for synchronicities, the meaningful coincidences. Hawk Spirit asks you not to dismiss the signs that Spirit is sending to you. Lately, you have been hearing the same word or song, or coming across the same symbol here and there in the strangest places. Perhaps you hear a song on the radio, or that's so funny. I was just talking about that. Perhaps you hear a song on the radio with just the right lyric pertaining to your query. or you begin to notice uncanny billboards, license plates. Wow. It just amazes me sometimes, the synchronicities. It's really something special. It says, are other places where repetitive numbers or words show up for you to notice. Whew. Pay attention to the animals that appear for you. And I really agree with this. I watch the little squirrels and birds, and I have a woodchuck in my backyard. They're all coming to bring their medicine, to share their wisdom, and they all represent something. You can actually look it up if you do like whatever animal you saw and then totem meaning. You can find some insight on what that means, especially if it's an animal that you don't normally see, like a deer or a turkey or something like that. So it says, to connect with their symbolism, spirit wants to communicate and reaches out again and again. When hawk spirit appears, it's a sign to listen. And these each come with a protection message. This one says, are you noticing red flags? Perhaps saying to yourself, oh, what pretty flags, and giving them no more thought. Hawk Spirit has arrived to tell you to stop and listen to the messages from Spirit. Ooh, take the time to observe the patterns that you're seeing and do not dismiss your intuition, even if the messages you receive are not supported by evidence in the physical world. If it feels illogical to listen right now, listen anyway. Sometimes you might want certain signs and messages to mean what you want them to mean, interpreting through your lens of wishful thinking, a projection of your desire to see things a certain way. Of course, when you do that, you rarely find yourself where you want to be. Take heart. Spirit loves you so much and does not want you to get hurt, but to align with Spirit's plan for the highest good. Listen and follow the signs and check your motives when you're being selective with your hearing. And I think that's really amazing, because as I went into making this video, I was thinking a lot about our current situation, and certainly, the COVID crisis is a real thing. People are really getting sick and people are really dying. And I know a lot of information is coming out about these different, vaccine agendas that are a concern. And I think it's important to keep an open mind and be willing to look at this new information that's coming in and just be a critical thinker, because I do think that the truth is somewhere in between. Um, and I do think that there's something within me that's felt there's a red flag about all of this, that it does feel a lot like there are some opportunities for the government to really overextend its reach even further, and that's a concern to me. And I want to be, able to be responsible, and I want to, maintain what we have left of a democratic process, and some semblance of freedom. So, just keep an open mind. I think that the other message I really got from that card was that we're not alone. That even though it feels like we're stuck in our house, especially for those who are just one individual at home, um, I think it's asking for us to really tap into that greater universal voice that there is. There's an orchestra out there. There's a whole there's a choir of wisdom and insight and connectivity that's out there for us, whether or not we're in a room all by ourselves or standing with 1,000 people. So know that you're not alone. Mothers, we honor you. That you're truly the life's blood of this world. May the matriarchal energy return. May it bring balance to this system that has just been overbearingly patriarchal and one-sided, and right-brained and too logical without the heart. I hope that we can bring the heart and the mind together to work together, the male and the female, the masculine and feminine, and bring that to work together, because I think it's going to take that. And I think one of the biggest messages of this crisis is balance, and restoring the balance that's needed on this planet and for the earth. And there's a reason that we call her Mother Earth, because she is the greatest mother. She supports all life, all the animals, and it's not just, a world here for us. This is a shared world. So thank you again, mothers. I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful, blessed day, and you're loved across the universe.